just waiting for it to start. Good morning, Facebook world. I think, yes, we are now live. My screen hasn't come up yet, can't see any comments. That's all okay. So good morning. Good morning, good morning. It's 1 minute to 8, so I know I'm early, but I'm so excited because I love day 3, Energy Day. Wow, such a powerful day. Such a powerful supplement, but having said that, it only really truly works when you put all of the supplements together. So day 3, as you know, is the third step and the third vitamin. And if you've read your emails or had a look, it's actually all about energy. So I've got my conscious cuppa, give me some energy this morning. Let my Autobot in. It's an interesting thing, that, isn't it? The Autobot jumps into the Zoom room with me and then records everything that I say, so I can repurpose that content. It's really marvelous, the technology these days. Anyway, I digress. Stop. So my invitation for you today, as each of these days so far, oops, sorry, a notification on my phone there, is for you to try it for yourself. And first of all, I want to just check in, how have you found refresh? Were there shower moments? Did you choose to focus on yourself? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then I invite you to go back and watch the other videos. I'm just going to turn my phone off because I can hear the notifications dinging, and I don't want to do that. There you go. So here's my take on energy, being the third step, if you like, in the 5 steps to becoming functionally selfish, or starting that journey of becoming functionally selfish. So let's look at what's the meaning, do you think, of energy? Please post your comments in the box if you're watching the replay, #replay, and let me know what it is you think. So energy is the strength and vitality required for sustained physical or mental activity. So I think that's the important. Everything's dinging this morning. Let me put the phone on silent too. Everyone that wants to contribute. How wonderful is that? So that's the definition of energy from the from the dictionary, from different things that you'll find. The one that resonates with me. But the part of energy that I want to talk about today, specifically, is around setting strong energetic boundaries, because that's one thing that's really helped me to set and keep my boundaries every day, is to have my daily why. And we talk about in a lot of worlds, the coaching world, different types of worlds as well, how important it is to have something that you're striving and moving towards, from your big why, your purpose, if you like, your driving force, your raison d'être, the reason for being. And I think it's important to have that for sure. But I often found that was too far away at times, and I had difficulty staying connected to it. So I decided I would set a daily why. And that is something that's a one small step for today that I'm working towards in relation to everything else. So when I set my daily why each morning, it helps me manage my energetic boundary. And it keeps the energy flowing, if you like, towards my intention, the intention behind that daily why, which really is quite a powerful thing. So I've included my mantra in the emails as well for day 3, and that is everyone in my life, everyone in my life loves, honors and respects me, and everything in my life is a source of love, peace and joy. So I think that's really powerful. Yes, hi Jai, your favorite day so far? Wonderful, love it. Energy, it's so powerful. It is so powerful to click into to help us find a way to let it inspire us internally and move us forward. So I'd love you to spend a moment reflecting on that. Try it on and see if it fits. If not, I invite you to create your own energetic boundary mantra, and I'd love you to share it with us in the group. and dig into a little bit, you know, what that was. So let's move forward a little bit. Why do we need boundaries? Why do you think we need boundaries? Anyone would like to comment? Good morning, Craig. How are you? Tells me I've got new comments. I'm just going to move down a bit. There you go. So why do we need boundaries? Anyone have a stab at that? The most compassionate people have the strongest boundaries. I like that. And that's actually, I feel like I resonate with that so much. When we have strong boundaries, so what does it mean for a strong boundary then, Craig? Well, what's your interpretation of that? Because I believe that if we have a strong boundary in place, we're honoring ourselves. And when we do that, we come from a place of compassion. We have compassion and, for me, unconditional love for others, for other people. Yet at the same time, I have a warmth for myself. And it's a warmth for myself because it's, I'm honoring me, my needs, my wants, my desires. So Craig says, people who don't have boundaries disempower others for them to learn and pick up their own crap. Absolutely, love it. So why do we need boundaries? You know, so many comments I'm sure that'll be added here around boundaries, which are all very, very valuable. And in another way, it's plainly putting that boundaries, we know that line, right? That line where I end and you begin. And healthy boundaries really define who we are in relation to others. What's a people pleaser? A people pleaser is someone who does everything for everyone else at the expense of themselves, in my sort of terminology. Is that what you understand of a people pleaser, Craig, or have you got some different definition of that? Healthy boundaries really help us define who we are in relation to others. They're also here to help us know the extent of ourselves and limits. Personal boundaries teach us who we are and how we would like to be treated. And I think that's the best thing, you know. Boundaries help you say, this is who I am. I'm here to, you know, be me, and it's okay to be me. And I have this boundary that, you know, no one else can no longer affect who I am. Yeah, ones without boundaries are people pleasers. Absolutely. Loose boundaries, I find if you don't have boundaries, in fact, it actually leads to emotional drains as well, because you are people pleasing, you're taking on everyone else's emotions and stuff, everything that they have, every little thing, you take it on. And there's a little sense of self or difficulty really identifying, if you like, with your own emotions and needs. So people with loose boundaries are often hypersensitive to everyone as well. So yes, they might be people pleasers, but they're also very hypersensitive with things. Yep, fear of abandonment, absolutely, because it's being well, that can go down that whole codependency narcissistic spectrum, you know, which we might talk about on a separate call. But it is very true what you're saying there, Craig, because it is a fear of abandonment. That's why people reach out and people please, because they don't want to be alone. There's a fear of being alone. And the flip side of that is obviously rigid boundaries. Excuse me. The rigid boundaries also lead to loneliness, because, you know, you may be so frightened due to fear of being suffocated or losing your independence, or that you avoid connecting and being, you know, being with other people in a healthy, energetic way. So we shut ourselves off, and again, those feelings of emptiness, along with difficulty of receiving and concern, can crop in. So rigid boundaries represent, for me, protection as well from being vulnerable, you know, where hurt and loss and rejection can occur, and it can be painful. And often we put up these rigid boundaries so we protect ourselves. For me, I used to call it my Michelin tires. You know, it was the extra weight that I gained over time to protect me and to keep me safe. You know, if I was really big and, you know, excessively overweight and all these sorts of things, then people wouldn't look at me, wouldn't want to see me, so it would keep me safe from the things that have happened in the past. So there's a lot of things that will go around in relation to boundaries. Have you heard of the 3 types of healthy boundaries? I can't say that I've heard that particular terminology. Please share with us. I'd love to know. I'm sure I've heard of it in some form or another. It's always beautiful that people share in here and we can all learn and grow together. So thank you. I do appreciate your contribution. Because emotions are contagious. All of us who've had the experience of being affected by someone's emotions, you know, we know what it's like to be around someone who's in a fit of rage, perhaps, or isn't pleasant. We've probably experienced, you know, being in the presence of another who's in the depths of despair. And it can be uncomfortable and awkward, but more than that, emotions can be contagious. And like Craig was saying earlier, you know, when we don't have those boundaries in place, we're open to taking on others' emotions, and we absorb them as though they were our own. Even ecstatic joy of someone getting married can uplift you, you know, as much as a friend's depression can dampen you down or change your mood in, you know, seconds. Yes, please share, Craig, that's wonderful. Occasionally we experience more than just picking up someone's emotions, however, and we feel like we're absorbing it like a sponge, you know, soaking it all up. And this isn't limited to their feelings either. Often it's their beliefs, opinions, ideas, you know, strongness and whatever persistence. Absolutely, that's a good idea. Let's read that, Craig. So 3 types of boundaries: non-negotiable, negotiable, and flexible. If you'd like clarification, I'm happy to share another time. That'd be wonderful. Why don't we get together, have a chat about it, and perhaps I could bring you onto one of our shows and we can do an interview podcast around that. That would be so valuable for so many of every people that follow us, and, you know, even getting it out there on the YouTube channel and sharing. That would be wonderful. So let's connect. Excuse me. So going back to you know, saying that it's not just the emotion that we take on when we don't have an energetic boundary. It's actually the beliefs or the opinions or the ideas that are strong and persistent. You know, we may be unconsciously taking those things on in relation to stress, you know, attitudes and different perceptions of other people. So it's really important, I think, at this topic to think about what energetic boundary you're operating within. So I really hope that you do look at that mantra. That one works really well for me. If that doesn't resonate with you, please create your own mantra for an energetic boundary for yourself. Connect into a daily why and just try for a few days, see how it works. Because boundaries distinguish what's you and what's not you. You know, if you have a challenge setting boundaries, perhaps there's some, you know, codependency or some highly sensitive nature of, you know, things that are going on within yourself. There's other things to dig into, which is why, you know, we're doing this challenge. Be open, be vulnerable. I encourage you to share in the group what's going on for you right now. And then at least you can, you know, we can help you. We can help you dive deep in the journey. There's lots of people in the group who are very, very experienced, I know, within this area as well. So the beautiful communion and connection of the community that we're building is what I truly believe a safe space for you to share and to be open and to get the help that you need. So please do reach out in there. It may be challenging, you know, to what's the word I'm looking for? To discern what is really you and what is someone else and what's their influence over you. And you might feel perhaps overwhelmed, invaded even, angry, confused, you know, the incoming energy, you know, of their mental and emotional stuff. And is it ringing any bells here? You know, is it time for you to explore this new awareness of boundaries? As there are so many different pivots and ways that we can take a discussion on boundaries, because setting boundaries isn't just about speaking your truth or establishing limits. It necessitates a more subtle approach, if you like, a different kind of awareness. And this is described to me when I first learned it years and years ago as a me, not me practice. That's something that I studied around bioenergetics. So bioenergetics is something that you can, have a Google, have a look up if you haven't heard of it before. It's really some interesting work and studies. And it's a method of separating out your energy. This is why I really love it. Your energy, your emotions, your thoughts from anyone else. And it's declaring this boundary around your sense of self and maintaining it, which is why for me, what really works is having this mantra I say it's every day. It's just ingrained within me now. It's there. But when you're starting doing it, I do recommend a daily alarm 3 or 4 times a day, and just read it out to yourself to really connect with it. Because boundaries protect your energetic space. That's one of the things that we're focusing on today. And if you think of yourself like a house, your house or your home is a personal space, and often I use the garden as an analogy as well, would you waltz right in? Would you let someone just waltz right into your house right now? Would you? How would you feel if someone just, walked through the door, went to the refrigerator, opened and started eating all your food? Went for a bath in the bathtub, had a shower? I don't think you'd like that very much. But when we aren't maintaining our own personal energetic space, we allow others' thoughts, beliefs, emotions to influence and overrun what we're doing. We simply feel invaded and confused. But the me, not me declaration, is you say, oh, is that mine? Does it belong to me? Maybe not. It helps you declare what is your own personal space, what is your own energetic space, and it keeps out what isn't yours. So when you practice me or not me, you will feel more safe, more stable, and strong in almost every situation. And it prevents you from the tendency to take on everything that isn't yours. It doesn't belong to you. Just release it and let it go. Might sound simple, and it does take some practice, but it's well worth it. The benefits of having clarity, over your own thoughts and feelings, and it allows you to respond in relationships, much more effectively. And it will support you in creating boundaries, setting limits, so you feel clear about who you are and what you stand for. And that's part of becoming functionally selfish. It really is. So one final element before we close up today, again, is bringing attention back to that mantra. The mantra is that I use is everyone in my life loves, honors, and respects me, and everything in my life is a source of love, peace, and joy. I said yes. That's my mantra. And I want to have fun. I come out to play. I don't come out to work anymore. I come out to play and to have fun. And if it doesn't light me up and my soul, I'm sorry, but I ain't doing it. No. Not doing it. See, look, that's my little 2 buttons, if you're wondering. Good little interrupters. So that's it for today. I look forward to reading all of your beautifully crafted energetic boundary mantras in the group, and any questions that you have. If you haven't gone through the days 1 and 2 yet, still time. I'm still here. I'm here around all week, dedicating myself to the Facebook group and to the space provided there. So I look forward to connecting with you, and I will see you all again tomorrow morning for day 4. Bye-bye.